Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how I drew the ships in my latest comic book. Let's get started. Now, in order for me to draw an accurate depiction of a samurai battle against pirates, I needed some references. It's not enough to just go on the internet and just download some diagrams and just get a rough idea how it looks, because we need to I needed to know how it looks in every single angle and how I could experiment with it. So, obviously I can't hire gigantic movie sets, and I don't have a CGI, I don't have any 3D studio. I thought, why not just make my own references out of models? And here we are. For the samurai ship, I used this Chinese junk ship right here. Now, do keep in mind, this samurai battle that I drew, it takes place in 1155 AD, like years before the Genpei War started. And during that time, there was constant trade between Japan and China, and there were lots of pirate attacks. So the emperor needed to hire samurai to fight them off. And since most of the technology they used and lots of knowledge was shared through China, they used fundamentally Chinese technology. And this is the sort of ship that they would have used at the time. Now, you may have noticed that you've got cannons here, but obviously I could just take them off. But the same principles are there. So I built this myself. I bought this model. It's from a website called Artesania Latina. I think that's what it's called. But if you'd like to purchase one of these and build your own, I'll put the link in the description below. And this was a perfect reference for it. So that way I can take pictures. I can just look at it from different angles and say, okay, how can they maneuver? How can they move? And what would happen how would this work? So that way, now that I've got something to hold, I can take pictures with it and draw it however I like with it. So this is how the samurai ship looks. Now for the pirate ship, I bought this model from Sarisa Precision. If you would like to buy one of these models to build one, I built this myself, of course. Yeah, I also built this one. I'll give you the link in the description below. I built this. And this is how the pirate ship would have looked. It's basically just a raft, like a big, just a bigger raft with a tower at the front, with another tower at the back, and a little hut at the back there. And obviously I made the sail myself. All I did was get a scrap piece of cloth and just added some more threads here and just glued them in place. See? So now, after I built the ships, this is how they look. When they come together, this is the size comparison. Hence, they become really good references. So doing this, with this sort of experiment, I was able to take lots of photographs, loads of photos. That way I could experiment it. I can take it from the side, from above, from different angles, as you can see. All these things, you can experiment and make your own scenes. It was very exciting. So, hey, I had fun doing this. I had fun building this, I had fun building that, and I had fun making this scene. So once I had all the references I needed, I took lots of photographs, and then all I had to do was draw them. Now, what you are seeing here is one of the photos that I've taken. I've got the pirate ship here that's crashing into this samurai ship. And this is a photo that I took, and I'm simply drawing over it. So I'll just use one of these brushes, and all I have to do is just draw these little bits of detail like this. And for the moment, I've got the white border there, which is where the frame is going to be. But just to show you, I'm going to draw this line goes here, over the line, like this. This is where the anchor is held, like that. Like this. I'm just sketching out just to show you. So what I'm literally doing here is that I am tracing over the photograph, and this is how the front of the ship, where the front of the ship is going to be, like that, like this. There we go. I'm just rushing just to show you, but this is what happened. This is the process. There we go. We just finished the front of the ship. And I simply carry on from where I left off. There. And then we add the lines as to, you know, where the lines go. Like that. So when I carry on with this process, I end up with something that looks like this. I've added more detail here, and I add layer upon layer. I draw every part of the ship separately, and I put them all together, and we end up with something that looks like this. It's a time-consuming process, but it gets the job done. And once I put the black background on, it sticks out. So all I have to do now is draw the pirate ship colliding with this one. I'll add the details later on. So overall, this is how I draw the ships for my Japanese graphic novel. I built the models, I took photos, and I simply draw over them in Adobe Illustrator. Add my own details, and I can do whatever I want with them. And that's how it's done. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Take good care of yourselves.